Okay, I got to see The Flash finally. The Flash is my favorite comic book superhero of all time, even before the CW show, so I've been waiting for this Ezra Miller film for a decade now. Let's get to our quick recap now and I'll have my quick review at the end. There are spoilers in my quick recap, so turn back now if you haven't watched the movie. The movie starts off in chaos with Barry just wanting to get a PP sandwich. Barry runs all over the place saving babies, GGs, and trying to clean up messes with Batman chasing bad guys. Let me get this out the way. Some of the CGI is pretty spotty, but I really never thought we'd be living in the golden age of seeing all our favorite superheroes on the big screen this much. So I'll take it, bad CGI and all. After helping Bruce Wayne stop a robbery from Al Falcone's terrorist group along with last-minute save from the beautiful Diana Prince, Barry revisits his childhood home. There, he remembers his childhood with parents Nora and Henry, before Henry's wrongful imprisonment for Nora's murder. Overcome by his emotions, Barry accidentally travels back in time to earlier in the day and informs Bruce about it. Despite Bruce's warnings that time travel can have unintended consequences, Barry goes back to the day of Nora's death and prevents it from happening by simply helping his mother remember buying a can of tomato paste. I will never forget the tomato paste myself anymore after this. As Barry returns to the present, he is knocked out of the Speed Force by another speedster and ends up in an alternate 2013 where his mother is alive. He finds his past self and realizes he has arrived on the day he originally obtained his powers. Barry and his 2013 counterpart go to the Central City Police Department, where Barry forces Barry to be struck by lightning, giving 2013 Barry powers, but losing his own powers in the process. I need to make a note to never listen to my future self if told I need to be struck by lightning. As Barry struggles to train 2013 Barry to use his powers, the two of them see a broadcast by General Zod, who is preparing to invade Earth. The Barrys attempt to assemble the Justice League but are unsuccessful, as in this timeline. They are unable to locate Diana. Victor Stone has not been in his accident yet, and Arthur Curry was never born. The two travel to Wayne Manor, hoping to find Batman, but instead find an alternate, older version of Bruce Wayne played by the OG Batman, Michael Keaton. If this was a Deadpool movie, the Barrys would have actually called him OG Batman Michael Keaton. Anyways, Bruce Wayne is all old and bearded and has retired from crime fighting. But they convince Bruce to help them find Kal-El. Using a backdoor connection to NASA within the Batcave, Barry and Bruce are able to locate a Kryptonian pod that was reportedly discovered in Siberia. Upon arrival, they instead find Kara Zor-El, a female Kryptonian who claims to be Kal-El's cousin. Kara, played by Sasha Calle, is my new crush now too. After rescuing Kara from the facility, Barry asks Bruce to hold his powers back by recreating the original accident. The first attempt fails and nearly kills Barry, prompting Kara to fly Barry into the storm and get struck by lightning, successfully reviving his powers. This made no sense to me, as didn't Barry need the chemicals to go along with the lightning to get his powers? Another thing I'll go with. Kara and Bruce join the two Barrys to fight Zod's forces. During the battle with Zod, Kara learns that Zod intercepted infant Kal-El's escape pod and killed him during a failed attempt to retrieve the growth codex needed to remake Earth into Krypton, with Zod revealing the codex was within Kara. The two fight, with Zod overpowering and killing Kara and obtaining the codex from her blood, while Bruce is also killed. The two Barrys travel back through time to save their companions, but are unable to change their fates. The Flashpoint Paradox. Barry realizes that they will not be able to save them, but 2013 Barry keeps trying, repeatedly traveling back through time, but always failing. As 2013 Barry travels, the multiverse starts to collapse in on itself. This is where we see the Million Superman march, from George Reeves to Christopher Reeve to Helen Slater Supergirl and even Nick Cage Superman. Nick Cage Superman looks like Con Air Nick Cage Superman. With all those all I have to say is free Henry Cavill, free Tyler Hoechlin. We also old Adam West Batman and even got to see fake J. Garrick Teddy Sears, who wasn't even a good guy. Free Val Kilmer, free Christian Bale, free Grant Gustin, free Melissa Benoist and the rest of the DC CW characters. Sorry, sidetracking. Eventually, the dark speedster who originally knocked Barry out of the Speed Force returns and is revealed to be an older version of 2013 Barry, who still believes he can save his world from Zod and prevent the deaths of Bruce and Kara. He explains the causal loop paradox that led to his own creation, but grows angry when Barry reveals his own intention to reverse his actions by letting Nora die. Angry, the dark speedster attempts to kill Barry, but impales 2013 Barry, who sacrifices himself to save Barry and wipes the dark speedster from the timeline. See what happens when there is a third Barry in an only two Barrys allowed party. In the aftermath, Barry undoes the changes he made to the timeline and comes to terms with his mother's death. However, he makes a minor change in the past, which creates new evidence in the present day that proves Henry's innocence. After returning to the present and helping to exonerate Henry, Barry is contacted by Bruce, who looks like George Clooney, result of Barry's timeline change. It is George Clooney Bruce Wayne. I heard there were different variations of this, but this was one way to go. In a post-credits scene, Barry tells a drunken Arthur Curry about his experiences traveling the multiverse. So that was it. As I mentioned earlier, the CGI wasn't great. I actually enjoyed the movie and this rendition of Flashpoint. The landing didn't quite stick, and I complained about the cameos enough. I really do think it was a miss not to include W characters. That was a good part of a lot of DC fans' last 10 years while the DC cinematic universe has been in constant flux. Overall though, I liked it and glad it finally came out. Does make me wonder what is next for DC and James Gunn world, and who DAF killed Nora. Good news is I'll still be there for it, and hopefully you all will be too. That is all. After seeing Michael Keaton again, I may go back in time like The Flash and rewatch and review original 1989 Batman movie. For now, like, comment and subscribe if you can. Thanks for watching.